I recall asking my parents why they gave me my name. My father says that I was late coming into the world. Apparently, there were still things I needed to do. I was 2 weeks overdue, and my mother kept saying, "What are we waiting for? Tirukumirei." So my father translated that into his language, Ndebele, Zulu, and thus U-Meleni became my given name. I came out with my 2 fists up for revolution, and my life has been the quest to answer that loaded, beautiful question. My name has been the compass in my life. Names, words have power. In my culture, they say, be careful what you name your child. They'll either live up or live down their names. I come from a long line of medicine women, spiritual women, warrior men, seers, dreamers, and more importantly, doers. Women who pray, who receive wisdom in their dreams, women who write their dreams and goals and do the work to manifest with help from the Most High. I am a proud Ndau Zulu woman, a collage of bright tribal experiences from the blood of my parents that flows sweetly in my veins. I decided to use these gifts to find myself a life partner and a family. So on January the 1st, 2008, I declared to the universe that this was my year. I had done all the work, and in the words of Oprah, I was living my best life. I was open to the universe, and I was ready to find my life partner. 5 months later, my good friend asked me to marry him after an innocent home-cooked salmon dinner. I thought he was crazy, but I adored him, and certainly had never thought about dating him, much less marrying him. However, I listened to my gut, and I said yes, and it was simple, uncomplicated by reason. It made sense, like the sun dancing on my skin. I waited for the balloons to fall out of the sky, for that all-encompassing voice you hear on the TV shows that you've just hit the jackpot. And indeed I had. But there was nothing but beautiful silence and a deep knowing that this was written. In that early morning, on an ordinary Saturday, I was engaged to my best friend, and together we dreamed of our life, and for some reason, I started talking about our son. And in that moment, I named him Jabulani. It means celebrate, be happy in Zulu. He was already real in our hearts. We had imagined his smile, his laughter pealing pleasantly in our ears, his infectious nature. It was wonderful. We got married in South Africa. It was beautiful, an endless medley of culture, tastes, and sounds, Cajun, West African, and Zulu spices and music. My name, U-Meleni, the question, what are we waiting for? My husband's name, Olumide, the answer, God has arrived. In 2010, I found out I was having a baby, and we knew then that Jabulani had arrived. I was never that girl, that woman who always knew I wanted to be a mother or raise a family. Being a child of divorce, I was a bit jaded and literally torn by continents of emotion. Raised in Africa by my mother, while my father was in America. But I had done all the healing from past pain, and now was the best version of myself, which is why I married my friend and why I was ready to be a mother. I was ready, but I was worried that the world wasn't ready for my son. I wanted it to be beautiful, to be like I imagined him in my mind. I remember the first time I saw him leap and somersault on screen in the ultrasound. I was breathless. Jabulani, celebrate, be happy. Jabulani came into the world the way we imagined, with a smile and an inquisitive nature, nothing telling of the fight it was to bring him to us. I had to have an emergency C-section, and when they ripped him from my body, it felt like a Mack truck had had an accident on my stomach. Jabulani weighed 3 pounds, 1 ounce, too small to wear preemie clothes, and I remember weeping for joy and shock when I saw how little he was. I remember changing his nappy in the incubator with my fingers, and there were tubes and monitors all around him. But he looked at me. He looked at me with a knowing and a peace, and when I took him out for the first time and I put him on my chest and nursed, all the nurses in the NICU were surprised. Jabulani, be happy. After 2 weeks, he left the NICU and we brought him home, and it has been a joy to watch him grow and bloom all these years. Khalil Gibran says this of children: your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. I am so amazed at Jabulani's ability for compassion, love, and understanding, and I'm truly humbled by God's grace. He is 5 years old now, and I marvel at the joy that he has brought us and our whole family and community. He truly lives up to his name. At school, he's the collaborator, the humorous one, the entertainer with an ever-present smile, ready to hug someone, share his toys, kiss strangers' boo-boos. He's all love, all music, everything and more that my husband and I dreamed on that rather normal Saturday before he was born. He completes us. Together, we are the ultimate sentence. U-Meleni Mhlaba-Adebo. What are we waiting for? God has arrived. Celebrate. Be happy.